Next very important concept is built-in functions in Visual Basic. Basically, there are different categories of built-in functions that are available in VB. Like mathematical functions, we have string functions, date functions, and also we have, other than these, we have different functions. Like we can convert the data from one data type to another data type. We have those functions. Okay, so we'll start with the first category of functions, that is mathematical functions here. So these are the different mathematical functions that are available in VB. In the first column, I have specified the function name, and in the second column, their description with the examples. Fine. So first function is absolute function. This function, ABS function, is going to have the one argument, a numeric argument, and always remember that these mathematical functions are going to have the numeric arguments to manipulate the arithmetic values. Okay, so ABS function, absolute function, is going to have one argument, one numeric argument, and this function returns the absolute value of the number x. Okay, it is going to return the absolute value of the number x. So in this example, you can observe here, ABS of -8 is equal to 8, that is plus 8. Always remember that absolute value of any negative number is nothing but its positive number. If you specify here -10, then its absolute value will be equal to 10 plus 10. Or if you give any positive number, then its absolute value will be same. So I will demonstrate here. I will write the code for the command button click event. Just I will print on the form. Print absolute ABS of, give some number. It is going to display the syntax C. ABS of number I have to give. So what I will do, I will just say -5. Then close. Then when I click on command button here, it is going to display, it is going to print the absolute value of -5 on the form, because we have used print method. See, click. What is the output?
+5.
+5, because this is the absolute value of -5. If I change the value here, the argument as -28 or 289, whatever, then its absolute value is +289. If you provide, that is positive number 45, then its absolute value will be 45 itself. Got it? This is nothing but the absolute function, which is going to convert the value, numeric value, to absolute value. Then second one is exponent, exp of x. Okay, it is also going to take the argument here, single argument. This function returns the value of e raised to x. It is nothing but the logarithmic value, exponent value, logarithmic value. For example, if you are going to provide a single argument here, exp of 1. Okay, if you provide like this, if your input is like this, then it means that it is nothing but e raised to 1. If you provide the argument as 2, then it means that e raised to 2. You might have seen in the scientific calculator, this function will be there, e raised to x, the exponent function with respect to the logarithmic values. Okay, so it is going to find the exponent value of the given number. So I will demonstrate here, exp of 1. Then run the application. It has to print the exponent value of this numeric 1 on the form, because we have used the print method. Print method is used to print the text on the form. See, 2.7182. Okay, then if I change it to 5, exp of 5, see, 148.4131, so on. So this exp exponent function is used to find the exponent value of the given number. Then we have a next function called fix function. So this fix function, it is going to return the integer portion of x. Here in the parameter, in the argument, we are going to pass what? The floating point number, the number which has the integer part as well as the fractional part. Okay, separated by dot. we are going to provide that as an input, but this fix function is going to return only the integer part of that number. So fix and int, see in the next function is the int function. Both are very similar here, both looks like similar, but there is a difference. See here, fix and int are same if the number is positive number, okay, as both truncates the decimal part. Fix and int functions are going to truncate or remove what, the decimal part of the number, okay, and it keeps only the integer part of the number, and it returns an integer part only, okay. However, when the number is negative, this fix function will return the smallest integer that is larger than the number. Fix function is going to return the smallest integer that is larger than the given number, provided number. For example, see here, fix of minus 6.34, it is going to display what, minus 6, only the integer part, and that is larger than the given number. So if minus 6.34, and if you compare minus 6 and minus 6.34, which one is the larger number?
-6.
Minus 6, because they are in negative values. So larger number is minus 6. So it is going to return minus 6. That is, if you provide int of minus 6.64, what it is going to return? It is going to return only the next integer number, integer part. It is going to round off this value 64, and it is going to round off it to 7. Got it? See here, int explanation for int function returns the largest integer of x. For example, int 2.4, see, it will round off. 2.4 is there, okay. 4 is nothing but it is that is near to 2. If it is 2.6, then that is nearer to next number 3. It will round off to 3 if it is 2.6 or 2.7. If it is now, it is 2.4, hence it will round off to 2 only. Here int 4.8, it will round off to next integer number, highest integer, largest integer number, that is 5. Got it, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fix, I will
Yes, sir.
demonstrate here. Fix 5.2415. Run the application. Click here. What is the value? 5 only. Okay, we have not provided any negative number here. Okay, it is positive number. If I change it to 5.74, now it is going to be 5 only. It is not int function, it is fix function. Now if I make it as minus 5, then it is going to, that is a display minus 5, next smallest integer number. Understood, everybody? Next, int, I will demonstrate int function. See, it is displaying minus 6. Why? Int function is going to truncate the, that is decimal part, and it will just round off to the next integer. So minus 5.74 means 74 is nothing but it is very nearer to the next number, minus 6. So it has truncated and that is rounded off to the next number. See, now also it is going to be rounding off to the next number, minus 5.1415. Okay. Just I will demonstrate this one. See, it is just directly, that is truncating the fractional part, that is the decimal part, and rounding off to the next number. Got it, everybody? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one is log function. So what is log function? it is going to return the logarithmic value of x. It is going to return the logarithmic value of x, wherein x must be greater than 0. X value must be always greater than 0, so it will take one argument here. So print log of, that is, if I give a negative number, just I will demonstrate here, its value must be greater than 0, right? So if I give -5, then it will give an error, invalid procedure call or argument. So we have to give the number that is greater than 0. Log of 4, see, it is displaying the log of 4 value. So this value is of type double because it is a very long number, large number. Okay, log of 10, this is the value of log 10, logarithmic value of the 10. Okay, then we have next function called RND, random function, very important function. Okay, random function is going to generate a random number in the range, between the range 0 and 1 itself. Okay, it is going to generate the random number in the range of 0 to 1 only. Either you can see, for the random function, either you can use the argument, you can provide the argument, or you can leave the argument. It is the optional field here. So what I will do, see, I will not provide any argument here, RND. See what it is going to, that is generate, it is going to generate the random number between the range 0 to 1 only. See, 0.7055475 is the random number. If I click the command button again it is going to generate the second random number. See, 0.533424. If I click again it is going to generate the different random numbers. It is going to generate. How? Because based on the pseudocode, and the algorithm which is used internally, it is going to generate the random numbers between the range 0 to 1. Now, see, you might ask the question how this can be used or where this function can be useful. Have you heard about one of the, that is a game called Ludo game?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what actually, you are going to roll the dice, right, in the Ludo game.
Yes, sir.
So what are the possible values in the dice?
1 to 6.
1 to 6 numbers, right? So it
1
has,
to 6.
every time when you
Yes,
roll the
sir.
dice in your mobile, it is going to generate the random number between 1 to 6. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that can be done using this random function to generate the random numbers within the certain range. Okay, see the same example here. Int, what is int function? Int function is going to truncate the, that is decimal part, fractional part, and it is
Decimal
going
part.
to keep only the integer part. Okay, that's why we are going to use the int function here. And what is random function? It is going to generate the random number between 0 and 1 and multiply by 6 because we want to generate up to 6 numbers, and we are adding plus 1. Why? Because when you use int here, it is going to truncate. Okay, truncate in the sense one number will be, that is, truncated. Okay, so it is going to truncate the decimal part and one number will be, that is, truncated less. Hence we are going to add the number 1 here. Just I will demonstrate this one so that you can understand well. See, int, print int rnd into 6, random into 6. It is going to generate the random number into 6 plus 1. When I run the application, if you click the command button, it is going to generate the random numbers between 1 to 6. So first it has generated 5. Again, if I click on the command button, 4. Then again it has generated 4. Now 2, then 2, 5, then 1. So 5 we have, 4 we have, 2 we have, 1 we have, then again 5, see 1, then we have 3, then if 6 we have. Likewise, it can generate the random numbers between 1 to 6. Got it? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Likewise, using the random function, we can generate the random numbers. So random function is very useful to generate the random values. Remember that. Okay. Using this concept, by using this statement you can design the application, the gaming application. Yes, it is possible. That is rolling the dice. It can be possible. Next one is round function. This function returns the rounded value of x to the specified n decimal. Here for this function we are going to provide two arguments. For example, here first argument is your first actual value, and second argument is the number of the, there is a decimal part you want to round off. Okay, just observe the example. 7.2577 is the number. I want to round off the decimal two numbers. After decimal point, the next two numbers I want to round off. So why it has rounded off to 2.26 here? Anybody? Why not 25? Because see, after 2, what is the number? 57. 57 is nothing but what? Very close to the next rounded off number is 6.
6.
So it has rounded off to 7.26. Just observe here. Round 21.54129 some number. Okay, comma. I have to give the second argument 3. If I give 3, what happens? What will be the output? See here. 21.541. It has rounded off to 541 itself. If you provide this irrespective of, that is instead of this 2, if you provide that is 6 or 7, what happens here?
5.542.
21.542.
If I provide greater than or equal to 5, then it will round off to the next number. It will be, see, 21.542. Got it, everyone? Next next mathematical function is that is SGN, sign of a number. It is going to return the sign of a number, whether the number is positive number, whether the number is negative number, or whether you have given the 0. Okay, it is going to return the sign. So generally for positive numbers, the value will be, it is going to print the value as 1. For the negative numbers, the value it is going to print as -1. And if the number you have provided as the argument is 0, then it will just display as 0 for 0. Yes, GN, only single argument. Run, click on the command button. What it is displayed? 1. So 1
1.
is nothing but what? Positive number. So 21.541839 is the positive number. Yes. If I change it to negative number, minus 521 point so on. Click on command button. What it is displaying now?
-1.
-1 means the given number is negative. If I just set it to 0, what will be the output?
0.
0.
0.
This is to identify the sign of a number, whether the number is positive, negative, or 0. Then next we have, see, don't get confused between SGN, sign, SIGN function. Means function is SGN, it is going to, that is return the sign of a number. This is sign value. That is sign value. Then sign of x means it is going to return the sign value of the x in radians. So SIN, sign of 0. Sign of 0 is 0 only. Okay, then sign of 45 in radians, 0.85090 so on. Sign of 90. This is the value of sign of 90 in radians. Okay, sign 1, sign of 1. See, See here, for demonstration, I am just changing the values here itself. Okay, you can just provide as text1 dot text. What it means, if you are in your application, if you have a text box here and if you want to fetch the value from the text box, that is you are going to enter the sign value, then it has to print after converting here. Okay, this will also work. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for demonstration, I'm just typing the value directly here in the function itself. You can also use in this manner the function. Then cos of x, it is going to, that is, find the cosine value, cos value. Next one is cos value, cos of 10, cosine value it is going to return. See, this is the cosine value. Cos of 45. Yes. Then we have tan function, tangent, to find the tangent value in terms of radians. Tan of 45, 1.61977, so on. Tan of 0, 0. Tan of 1. Like it is going to find, or it is going to return the sine, cos and tan values, the mathematical functions. Then we have very important function, one more internal function is, that is square root function. See, SQR is nothing but square root function, not a square. Okay, square root, it is going to return what? The square root of a given number. For example, see here, SQR of 4. What is the square root of number 4? It's 2.
2.
SQR of, if I give 100, what will be the output?
10.
10. See, if I give 25, 5 will be the output. Square root of 25 is 5, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Then we have last, that is function, mathematical function, that is ATN, to find the arctangent value of x. Okay, like your sine, cos, tan. It is also in terms of radians only. So it is going to return the arctangent value of the given number in terms of radians. Okay, any doubts here? Any doubts here till now?
No, sir.
The same example here, to find the random number, I had just that is given the code here. Okay, private sub command one click event, then dim number as integer, num equal to int random rnd into 6 plus 1. It is going to generate the random number between 1 to 6. Then where it is going to display the random number, when you click on the command button, where the random number is going to be displayed?
Label.
Label caption is changing, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So these are the mathematical functions. Fine. See, all these functions are important, and remember that we are going to use these functions as and when required. We might be not that is using all the functions. For example, we might be not using this ATN, attendant value. Okay, as and when required while developing the applications, we are going to use these, that is functions. So please do remember these. Next we have string functions. Okay, we have string functions. Okay, so here first string function is L-case. So what is L-case function? It is going to convert the strings to lower case. For example, see, L-case of, within the double quote we have to give the, that is string. Okay, so Visual Basics. So it will be, the output will be the lower letters. Or you can use in this manner, the second example, L case of the variable name, first name. First name might be the variable wherein the string is stored in that variable. Just I will demonstrate here. So dim var1, variable one var1 as string. Okay, then var1 equal to, I will assign some that is string value here, JSS SMI. Observe which letters are capital, which letters are small. JSS SMI only. Okay, now what I will do, print L case, right? L case of what I have to specify here,
Variable one.
var1 as the argument. Now when I click on command button, what will happen? This will be declared and this will be variable. This particular string will be assigned to this var1 variable of string. Then this print method is going to be called, means this lowercase will be printed. Var1 value in the lowercase will be printed on the form. See, JSS SMI. Can you observe the output here, or shall I increase the size? Can you able to see the output?
Yes, sir.
Or I will better increase the font size of the form, font property of the form, and increase the size 15. Okay. Run the application. See, when I click here, JSS SMI. Can you see here?
Yes, sir.
Now what I will do, I will just comment this one, and here only I will print L case of Dharwad. I am giving the string in the upper cases. Now observe here. Got it? Next one is U case. Means this very similar here, but it is going to convert the string to uppercase. I will change this one to U case. Run the application. See, to demonstrate, I have to give lowercase dha. First letter, let it be capital only. DHARWED, or you can change it to all the lowercase, no problem. Now print. See whether it has changed to uppercase or no. Yes. I will comment this print and I will just show this one. Uppercase of var1. What is the value of var1?
JSSMI.
Okay, first
JSSMI.
J is capital and yes, first S is capital. Other letters are small. Now all the letters must be converted to capital letters. Yes, it is working fine. Then we have LTrim. LTrim function is nothing but it is going to trim the empty spaces of the left portion of the phrase. See, for the LTrim we are going to provide what? Two arguments. That is, first one is the actually the phrase. Okay, no need to provide the second arguments here. Only one argument is required for LTrim. Okay, I will just demonstrate here. LTrim of var1. What is var1? JSSMI. What I will do, I will give the spaces here in the string. Okay, now what it has to do, it has to trim the left side of this phrase. Means it has to erase or remove these spaces and it has to print only JSSMI. Yes, whether it is working or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, because it has removed the spaces at the left side. I had given some 6 spaces, right? So it has removed and it has printed only the string. But here if you give in between spaces, then it will not trim, because it is only L trim, left side only it is going to trim, left phrase, left side of the phrase. Okay, likewise we have R trim, it is going to trim at the right side. So if I give here, actually it works R trim. See, L trim we have not specified here. So left side we have spaces, and R trim, it is working here. Okay, it is working here. It has right side spaces are going to be truncated. Fine. Here also no need to give the second argument here. Only one argument is required. Okay, next one, len. Len function. So what it is going to do, it returns an integer value which is the length of a phrase including the empty spaces. Including the empty spaces, it is going to return the length of the string or phrase. So what I will do, I will just specify L here, len, length of var1. So what is var1? I will set it to JSSMI only initially. So how many characters are there?
6.
6. So what it has to print? 6. If I provide the space here, it includes a space also. See, one space at the end and one space at the last and one space at the beginning. So how many characters are there now?
9.
9. So 9 it is displaying. That is nothing but length of the string. Then we have write. See, this write function extracts the right portion of the phrase. Right portion of the phrase. Okay, where n is the starting position from the right of the phrase, where the portion of the phrase is going to be extracted. See, in this example, right, we have given the phrase here as the first argument, and the second argument is 4. What is 4? From this, from the last or from the right side, from fourth letter. First is C, second is I, third is S, fourth is A. It has to, that is, extract the right portion from the fourth letter. I will just demonstrate this one. Right of var1 comma, what I will do, 4 I will give. Means what will be printed? Can anybody tell me? What will be the output?
SMI.
SMI.
Space.
Yes.
See, SMI single space is there. If I remove this space, and now what will be printed? Can anybody tell me?
Space
Space
SMI.
with
Yes, very
SMI.
good. Space SMI. See, there is a single space is there, and then SMI. See, single space, then see last characters, last 4 characters. What are the last 4 characters? From the fourth character, K, J, J, K. Got it, everybody? Any doubts here? Any doubts till now? Anybody?
No, sir.